Today on MTG Unpacked, we're getting stuck into a Magic the Gathering Arena starter kit. So what is this? This is the best way to learn to play, apparently. So we've got 2 decks in those colors, and apparently this is everything you need to play your first game. 2 60-card decks, a code to unlock them in MTG Arena, nice. And apparently you can play with a friend there. Got a Magic Play Guide, 2 deck boxes, and that's it. So let's get stuck into it. So we have actually taken a look at these in the past on the channel. You can pick them up from most big box stores. I think they're going for around 10 bucks US, so they're pretty cheap. You might even be able to find them cheaper. Okay, so ready to learn how to play. Alright, so there's an interactive tutorial in MTG Arena, and Arena is now available for PC, Mac, iOS and Android devices. We've got some nice deck boxes to hold your paper cards, and let's take a squiz at the player guide. So talking about the layout of the board, game actions, what are planeswalkers, a glossary. Okay, so this is looking pretty similar to what they did last year. Alright, so let's get into the rest here. No spin down dice, alas, you'll have to get your own. So let's start with this deck here. And I have heard there are variations on these starter kits with different decks. So let me know in the comments if you've picked one of those up. So we start off here with Oran-Rief Ooze. So it's a foil creature ooze, 2/2 for 3. So when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And whenever Oran-Rief Ooze attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. Right, so you can start beefing up your creatures. And if you like your oozes and slimes, I'll chuck a link in the corner. We had a look at the Prime Slime Secret Lair a while back. That has some absolutely crazy artwork. Okay, so let's separate out the mana base. So that is all the lands and stuff near the end. We'll take a look at that later. We want to get stuck into the deck itself. Starting off with Dragon's Guard Elite, creature, human druid, 2/2 for 2. Has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Dragon's Guard Elite. And for 4 and 2 green, double the number of +1/+1 counters on Dragon's Guard Elite. So this deck already is looking like one of those things with tons of counters. Cragplate Baloth Creature Beast, 6/6 for 7 with kicker 2 and a green. The spell can't be countered, has hexproof and haste. And if you paid that kicker cost there, enters battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. What? So to be a 10/10, that's pretty crazy. Cleaving Reaper, creature, angel, berserker, 5/3 for 5 with flying and trample. Pay 3 life. You get to return it from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if you had an angel or berserker enter the battlefield under your control this turn. So I'm expecting to maybe see some more angels here. We've got Asmodeus the Archfiend, legendary creature, devil god, 6/6 for 6 with binding contract. If you draw a card, exile the top card of your library face down instead, and for 3 black, draw 7 cards. And for a single black, return all cards exiled with Asmodeus the Archfiend to their owner's hand, and you lose that much life. Okay. Next up we got Vampire Spawn, creature, vampire, 2/3 for 3. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Okay, so you do get a couple of those. Oh, we got more than that, 3 of those. So in Magic you can have up to 4 copies of any particular card. Spectre of the Fens, creature, Spectre, 2/3 for 4 with flying for 5 and a black. Target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So a couple of those, alright. Carfell Kennelmaster, creature, zombie berserker. Okay, so I was wondering about angels or berserkers. He's a 4/4 for 5. So when it enters the battlefield, up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay, so that can be used as a nice combat trick. We got a couple of those. Oblivion's Hunger, instant for 2. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Draw a card if that creature has a +1/+1 counter on it. So the idea is that if somebody's about to destroy your creatures, you can just pop this out. It's an instant and give them indestructible. So that could save your bacon. You got 2 of those. Black Dragon, Creature Dragon, 4/4 for 6 with flying. Acid Breath. When it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Okay, so a bit of removal there. 2 of those. Scurried Colony. Yes, there are squirrels in this game. 2/2 for 2 with reach. It gets +2/+2 as long as you control 8 or more lands. So we are going to get 3 of those. Seems good. Dauntless Survivor, Creature Human Warrior, 1/1 for 2. So when it enters battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So some more counter stuff going on there. So 4 of those, complete playset. And we've been trolled. We've got Maraza Brute, Creature Troll Warrior, 3/3 for 3. So it's like a mid-range creature. So 3 of those. Might of Maraza, instant for 2, has kicker, 2 and a green. So you can pay that as you cast this spell. So that's additional, by the way. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gets +5/+5 until end of turn instead. Craziness. Okay, and 4 of those. Rabid Bite, sorcery for 2. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. And we get 3 of those. Okay, so that's a fairly straightforward deck. And let's see what else we got here. So for the lands, we've got Evolving Wilds. It's a land, tap, sack it, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Okay, so we've got 4 of those. Okay, and that's good for mana fixing and swamps. 11 of those, forests. 12 of those. Okay, and then you've got a bit about parts of your turn. So handy reference along with attacking and blocking, how that works. Okay, so that looks like a decent beginner deck. I would recommend that something really simple to get you started. Okay, so let's take a look at the other one. We've got Mind Flayer, Creature Horror, 3/3 for 5. Dominate Monster. When it enters battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer. And I should point out the color there. If you're seeing the yellow, that means it is rare. If it's more of a reddy orange color, it's mythic. I don't think there's any mythics here. The gray color or silver is uncommons, and just plain black is the commons. Okay, so this one I'm guessing has the code in it, or at least it should. Let me just check that. Yes, here it is. So if you unlocked the code, it's I think it's 2 uses, and then that's it. So leave a note in the comments if you actually got that one. Okay, so we'll take a look at the rest of this other deck. We have Cyclone Summoner, Creature Giant Wizard, 7/7 for 7. I'm not kidding about that. Whoa. When he enters battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, return all permanents to their owner's hands, except for giants, wizards, and lands. Okay, so I'm going to be expecting giants and wizards here. We got Arnie, Broken Brow, legendary creature, human berserker, 3/3 for 3 with haste. He has Boast 1. You may change his base power to 1 plus the greatest power among other creatures you control until end of turn. Calamity Bearer, awesome. Creature, giant berserker, 3/4 for 4. If a giant source you control will deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. I think this is one I used in my mono red giant deck. So you can see the deck tech and gameplay in the corner there. Chuck a link there. Next up we've got Archmage Emeritus, Creature Human Wizard, 2/2 for 4 with Magecraft. Whenever you cast a copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Okay, so we get some card draw out of that. Vortex Runner, Creature Human Wizard. Alright, what was I saying? Giants and wizards and so forth. 2/3 for 3 as long as you control 8 or more lands. Vortex Runner gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. And I'm simplifying the mana cost, so the mana value there, 2 and a blue, that adds up to 3 total. So we do get 2 of those. Frost Trickster Creature, Bird Wizard. Here's another one, 2/2 for 3 with flying. When it enters battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls, That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Alright, so flyers are pretty good as well. So we get 4 of those. Complete playset. Field Research. Sorcery for 3, kicker, 2 and a blue. Draw 2 cards. If this spell was kicked, draw 3 cards instead. Okay, 2 of those. Wormhole Serpent. Creature Serpent, 3/5 for 5. 3 and a blue. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. So your damage can go all the way through. You got 2 of those. And my favorite creature type, Teeter-Peat Ambusher creature, Goblin Warrior. 1/3 for 2. 2 in a red. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And I'm hoping we get a play set of those. Will we? Yes, we do. Fantastic. Axguard Cavalry. Up next, creature, Dwarf Berserker, 2/2 for 2. Tap. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. So that gets your creatures doing some damage much quicker. Run amok, instant for 2. Target attacking creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. So this one is more of an aggro deck, although you do have some card draw from the blue cards there. So let's see, 1 of those, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the trample can let the damage go through once it's done damage to the creatures. Red Dragon, creature dragon, 4/4 for 6 with flying, has fire breath. When it enters battlefield, it deals 4 damage to each opponent. So we get 3 of those. Thundering Rebuke, sorcery for 2, deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So you can reduce that loyalty of those planeswalkers, get them off the battlefield. 3 of those, okay. And then the lands. So again, we have Evolving Wilds because usually you want to thin out your deck. Take advantage of these so you can pick your color. And then the islands. We've got 11 islands, and then the mountains. Get them in focus, please. 12 mountains, and of course the same tip card as before. Okay, so these decks actually look pretty decent. Very simple. You've got the counter strategies there, pumping up your creatures and so forth. And here you're trying to get some damage through. You've got some giants and some goblins. So I would say that's probably my favorite. But either one I think is great for a new player. They're not going to be terribly competitive, but played against each other, I think they're just fine. And you can't go wrong for under $10 US. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. And leave a note in the comments. Have you started playing Magic with one of these starter kits? What do you think? I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.